I made a little over $1,300 this morning trading the exact strategy I look for every day. This strategy really works on any market or time frame because all I'm doing is reading the candlesticks and looking for, key levels of either resistance or support in the market. And so then I'll go into either a 1 minute or a 5 minute chart and I'll look for a pattern to get in based on that. The first thing of that pattern is I want to see a big move up into that level. The idea is a healthy trend will have pullbacks in it before it continues higher. Well, an unhealthy trend often looks like this, where it just goes straight up in one direction. What that causes, well, it causes a rubber band effect. It needs to become healthy again, and how it does that is it has a pullback. As it comes up into this level, what I like to look for is a few key patterns in terms of candlestick patterns. Generally, what I look for is a double top. You can see here, it makes one high. It has a bit of a pullback with this big bearish candlestick, and then it has a second high. So that kind of makes a double top. And for me, this candlestick right here was a really good signal because it showed that the market essentially had a top, it attempted to break out, and it failed. And so what I did was I put my trade below the low of that candle and then elected to get filled once it broke that low. But then essentially I just put my stop loss above kind of the swing high here and this double top. Maybe it comes down here to this swing low here, that would be great. But the market opened right here and just took off. And so I think that this is an initial easy target for actually half of my size. And so I'm risking about $750 here on this trade, and I'm looking for about 2 times my risk. And so this level right here is at 2 times my risk. If I just zoom forwards here a little bit, because it is on a 5 minute chart, you can see it moved down pretty quickly. And that's how that rubber band effect works, is it essentially moved up here and then snapped back to this area. And then from there, I thought, okay, if we rip down to this level, I'll probably take off the rest there, and that would be a sick trade. But if we come down here, and it's likely that we find support down here because that's kind of that initial spot where it's given back that rubber band. I also moved the rest of my trade down to here, which was essentially 2 times my risk in terms of profit. And essentially my plan was to use a previous candlestick high as a trailing stop. It made this big move. If it gives that all the way back up, I'm happy to get out there and move on with my day.